Of course, the control group will always remain armed. It's just the pesky citizens that need to be disarmed, just like they've been disarmed in most other countries in the old world order. Stalin's Russia and Nazi Germany are prime examples.
They want civilians disarmed, that they believe in a monopoly of force for the government. And so the gun control lobby is a wholly owned subsidiary, mainly of foreign, multinational, offshore banks that have already conquered Europe and most of the world, and they're coming in here taking over the United States.
Since movies and news shows mirror the interests, values, cultural perspectives, and prejudices of their makers, the interests of the control group are that the people should never have guns, let alone a militia. The values of the control group are that gun control is more important than gun rights. The cultural perspective of the control group is that guns were outlawed in Europe's Old World Order. Thus, they should be outlawed in America's New World Order. The prejudices of the control group are that ordinary people are incapable of safely and responsibly keeping and bearing arms, and thus their participation in the state militia system is unwise.
Yeah, I think it's very important that people are allowed to be armed, and some people argue that being armed will increase crime, but there's no evidence for this. And actually, this whole idea of a permit for concealed carry, it's better than not being allowed to own a gun, but it really isn't a solution. Everybody should have this right to conceal it or not conceal it. Ultimately, this provides a safer society, and I think some of these rampages could be stopped in the middle of them. And some of the strongest proponents in Texas came from people they've lost families because nobody was there with a gun that could have stopped some madman.
The astute citizen will see that it's a serious liability to the national interest when makers of movies, the gun control group, do not reflect we the people in our diversity and in our agreement with the highest law in the land, the U.S. Constitution.